Hmm? No, I have it in the car. No, what kind of, that's all connected. Let me get this.
Samanta Badrya Samanta Trishi. Honorable delegates, brothers and sisters, my loving greetings and namaskar to you all. I do not understand why I have been asked to open this great conference. I am neither a student of economy nor an activist or expert in this field. Yet, I have given the honor or the task to begin this conference. Perhaps just looking to my grey hair, and there is only consideration for giving this opportunity. Nevertheless, I was a follower of Buddha, and naturally a follower of the Mahatma Gandhi. And I do understand what is going wrong on this planet Earth for the last 200 years, more than 200 years. Exactly 105 years before, the Gandhi wrote the small book, apparently very humble, titled the Hind Swaraj, in which he had explicitly explained how evil the modernity and modern civilization is. Perhaps at that time, Gandhi might have the minority of one. Nobody willing to agree to his way of thinking. His closest co-workers and so-called followers, such as Nehru and Patil, they publicly expressed disagreement to his propositions. 105 years have been passed. Now what he has said has become completely a true picture. The real, complete elephant is now visible before us. But we still pretend to not be seeing it, or we trying to escape away from the facts. It's difficult for many people, the complete denial of entire civilization, but for me, it's the only way to show the truth, the reality, and the facts altogether. The humanity have found the mission, the growth of mission have given the man to produce the commodities much, much more than need of the people. The surplus production has to be utilized, and not only utilized but need to be consumed. The utilization can never create a market, unending market. For unending market, they need a consumer, not a user, to consume the things completely without questioning whether it is appropriate or whether it is a need. But a man has to be a machine of consuming the things. And that has brought a number of disbalances. The first disbalance is the man begin to pay complete attention for the bodily comforts, and that way completely forgotten the mind. Caretaking the mind is completely forgotten. And similarly, they have given utmost importance to the individual and forgotten the community and the society. And similarly, they have given utmost importance to the material things and forgotten the spirituality or the morality. The morality have been assigned to the law and order of the state, and the individuals giving up the universal responsibility of morality and ethics. And such disbalance has brought us the great challenges which we are facing now. We are facing entire annihilation of the living system on this planet Earth. First, the economic disparity, the gap between rich and poor, have been materially and psychologically much increased, and there is no way to bring them closer. The principle of trickle down is a very insulting principle for many people, but the glass is growing taller and taller, and trickle down is become almost impossible. It is a false hope. Due to this economic disparity and also the economic growth, we have increased the violence. Violence in the form of war, undeclared war, possibilities and fears of war, terrorism and all this. Because this destructive weaponry industry needs an unceasing market. To maintain that market, the weapons shall have to be used or threatened to be used. And in this way, no one is willing to put an end to the violence. The direct violence, structural violence, and all kind of violence is profitable. So this is the reality of the things today. No one is feels safe nowhere. Not only that, in the process of production, we have unmindfully or mindfully destroyed the ecosystem. The environment degradation has reached to such extent. Now the human tolerance to the pollution is almost crossed the limitations. Nowhere we are able to find drinkable water, and perhaps now we shall have to carry the ear in the backs to breathe. So this is not far away. 20, 30 years before, we used to drink water, all the railway stations and wherever we go, at most the pandits carry a lota and a thread to bring water from the walls. Today we have to purchase a drinkable water, pay to the multinational companies just for a water which is essential natural resource. Nobody can prioritize it, nobody can own it. Now we have reached to that kind of situation. And apart from that, the modernity and modern civilization have completely destroyed all the spiritual traditions and religious traditions. The names and institutions of the religious traditions are remaining, and they are become a cause to a division and conflict, and is given the name religious intolerance. This word is a contradictory word, inner contradictory word. Anyone is religious minded, he or she can never be intolerant. Anyone is intolerant, it is the very clear evidence the person is not the religious person. But we have termed as religious intolerance conflict of civilizations. So each one of these challenges are capable of destroying the entire living system. We are moving towards a suicidal act knowingly, still we are not able to resist from it. That need to be questioned. And this kind of gathering is, I think, very timely and appropriate, whether the humanity, not only the humanity, the entire living system. If I speak in the today's words, do we have a right to life? Do we have a right to live? This is being greatly challenged. Destructive weapons have been built up which can destroy the entire earth more than 40 times. And yet, those kind of people who are indulging in this kind of act are still considered to be wise, and the leadership is in their hand. The situation is very explosive. We need to think about all these things. A need-based economy and a localization in accordance with the law of nature is the only remedy to these problems which I mentioned before. It is therefore, I would like appeal to all of the participants. It's a very appropriate time. Perhaps it's a bit late, yet we shall have to understand the reality, the facts, and from where we are going to. We shall have to do something to save the planet Earth and to save the entire life system living on this planet Earth. This is perhaps our universal responsibility. I use the word responsibility, which may be not very oftenly used, because the modernity has disbalanced between the right and responsibilities. They give all the emphasis to rights, and no attention is being paid to the responsibilities. We do have the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. We never have anything or any duration or declaration about human responsibilities. This disbalance is, I think, perhaps responsible all the violation of human rights of today. Today, we all individuals are not human individuals. We are all resource. We are all human resource, which to be persist on the direction of the market and the producers. The entire education system has been changed for the process of a human resource. The human beings are being treated as a raw material is, I think, the most violation of basic human right. But we accept it gladly. And we all consider we do not have any potential or any individuality or uniqueness in ourselves. We are just in the raw material, the market, on the direction of the market, and on the direction of the state. We are to be processed in the school, in the college, and university. And when the output comes, if we are not sellable in the market, then we are failures. We are not becoming a good consumer. So this situation needs to be realized and do something. No violence, sustainable, eco-friendly, and reaching to the poorest of poor should be the yardstick of all economic ventures. If we are able to bring these yardsticks to all our future prosperity of economy, then I think your title, Economic Happiness, might be possible. If these four yardsticks are not there, then I think any kind of economic system can never bring you a happiness. To seek happiness and well-being is the basic right of every individual, and therefore perhaps we may think about to have a non-violence economy, sustainable economy, and eco-friendly, not polluting economy, and all the benefits could be reached to the poorest of poor. If these yardsticks are fulfilled, then perhaps economy of happiness might be possible. And I wish to have this. Jai Hind.